It seems like every year there's that one gathering that sneaks up on me. You know, the one where I'm supposed to bring something and I didn't plan ahead. Luckily, there's some easy, effortless ideas for shareable dishes that are perfect for that work party or that family function or other festive event, whether you're hosting or attending. Now, the easiest things to bring to a potluck when you're short on time are things that don't require a long cooking time or don't require a lot of prep work. So things like a selection of cheeses, crackers, and fruit is always a good idea, or cut up veggies and dips like ranch or hummus is nice. Or there's always a great selection of pre-made frozen appetizers. But when you want to try your hand at making something, I'm going to share some easy, simple recipes with you that you can create in no time. If you want a dish that has that wow factor and looks and tastes like you spent hours in the kitchen, these sweet and savory cranberry meatballs will really stand out. This is a super low prep dish that only requires about 2 minutes of hands-on time, which not only makes it perfect for potlucks, but also great for a quick weeknight meal. I promise you will have people coming back for seconds with this one.
So we're gonna have this prepped in about 2 minutes. Get a pot out and pour in 1 cup of your favorite barbecue sauce, and you can have a lot of fun experimenting with different flavors. Then add about 1.5 to 2 cups of cranberry sauce. And this is one that I preserved last year, but a store-bought can of it will work just fine. A few shakes of cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat, and the zest of 1 orange, and this will give it a brilliant flavor. Put your stove on medium heat and give everything a stir to combine. Now, meatballs that you make yourself are amazing, but you can get some decent frozen ones too, and that's what we'll use to make this recipe quick and easy. No judgment here. Just make sure that they're pre-cooked. I'm using about 1.5 pounds or so and combining everything together until it's well coated in this yummy sauce. Bring it to a simmer and let it cook for about 15 or 20 minutes. You can leave it in the pot if you want, or transfer it to a casserole dish like I did here. Just look at this sauce. Oh my. Then just top it with some chopped green onion or parsley if you have some. This looks and tastes great, so be ready for people to ask you for the recipe.
You can also easily do this in a slow cooker. Just dump everything into your crock pot and put it on low for a few hours and let the magic happen. This has a nice flavor combination of sweet and spicy and tangy, and it's great for a party or a cozy dinner at home. If you make a big batch and you have leftovers, they will keep nicely in the fridge for up to 4 days. Next, if you can pick up a loaf of Italian bread or a baguette or a ciabatta loaf, you'll be able to make this tasty, flavorful appetizer in a matter of minutes. This is a minimal effort, maximum taste, last minute dish that you'll be able to create in no time.
I picked up a nice fresh ciabatta loaf at the store, and the most difficult thing you need to do for this is cut it in half lengthwise. Lay the bread on a parchment-lined baking sheet and we'll brush a few tablespoons of olive oil. And sprinkle on some garlic powder. If the bread is really soft like mine was, you might want to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes, no more than that, just to crisp it up a little bit. While the bread is getting toasty, grate some sharp cheddar cheese. Cut up a couple of green onions and cut some cherry tomatoes in half. Take out your bread and sprinkle on about half the cheese that you grated and top with the cherry tomatoes, onion, some pepper, and oregano. Then layer on the rest of the cheese. Bake it at 375 for about 8 to 10 minutes until the cheese is melted and the tomatoes are ready to burst. So simple and tasty.
When you're asked to bring a salad to a gathering, or if you just want an easy one to whip up at home that's delicious, this is a great one to dive into. This salad has it all. Great looks, a nice balance of flavors, and a delicately crunchy texture.
This salad works for any time of year, and I'm going to use an apple for this, but you can use a pear if you like as well. The key is to cut it thinly, similar to what's shown here. Then we're going to set it aside for a moment with a little squeeze of lemon juice so it doesn't turn brown. Now we'll get our serving dish ready, and I kind of like this flatter one here because it'll show everything off nicely. And we'll put our mixed greens in. Now you can use a store-bought dressing for this, no problem, but I'm going to whip up a really quick one with about 1/3 cup of olive oil, a couple tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, a tablespoon or so of honey, a squeeze of mustard. I have Dijon here, but regular is good too. And lastly, a pinch of salt and pepper. A quick little stir, and we'll pour the dressing over the greens. Now we're gonna take this to the stars. Add in some pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and crumbled feta cheese. Then we'll take the apple and fan out those thin little slices to make it pretty. Look how gorgeous this is.
Customize this by adding dried cranberries or sliced up oranges or candied pecans. Add grilled chicken or fish to it to make it a main meal. If you want something that looks impressive, has great flavor, and is easy to serve, these Italian-style pinwheels will be a huge hit. Now, this is something I used to make years ago, and I forgot how good they are and how easy they are to make.
For this, I'm using the sun-dried tomato tortillas, and then I'm spreading on a thin layer of cream cheese. I'm using just the plain one here, but the garlic and herb flavored one would be really good, or the chive flavored one would be great in this too. Now, to give it an Italian flavor, I'm going to put some Genoa salami on there, but this is flexible. You can use whatever you have, so don't be afraid to raid your fridge and use what you have on hand. For a little bit of smokiness, I'm going to add some roasted red peppers, which will give it nice color too. A couple slices of provolone cheese, some lettuce, and now just roll it all up. Wrap it nice and snug in some saran wrap and put it in the fridge for half an hour or so, or even the freezer for 10 or 15 minutes, and that will help it hold its shape so that it doesn't fall apart. Take it out of the fridge and it's ready to cut. A serrated knife works well for this. These look so festive and especially nice with some fresh herbs or paprika sprinkled on top.
Now you can make these a day or two in advance and just keep the uncut rolls wrapped up in saran wrap in the fridge. And then when you're ready to serve them, unwrap them, cut them up, and put them on your serving tray. Good food and good conversation are some of the nicest things about life. And it's lovely to bring a dish to share that you had a hand in creating. So hopefully with some of these ideas, you'll be happy that you skipped the takeout line. I want to thank you so much for joining in with me today and spending a bit of your day with me. I do appreciate that so very much. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.